I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Culpy and Chip.
We're trudging along Christian week, ladies and gentlemen. Yes?
Yep. I love how you use the word trudging.
What? What?
Trudging along sounds like it's such a horrible task.
No. It's just we're committed. We're committed to the to making sure it happens, right?
It doesn't sound any better. There's some stuff you want to do because it's very exciting, and trudging and being committed to do something, so you're doing it. I'm just saying, it just doesn't sound good.
Well, I think, we've been pretty, we had a bias against Christian metal and Christian music.
Yeah.
Because we've just heard a lot of corny stuff, so, or we assumed it would be corny or whatever, but.
Some of it, though, has been good.
Some of it's been good. Some of it's been, But the other part of it is like we're trying to also like go back in the day, and to find. I'm
sure this stuff has gotten better as the time has progressed.
Well, yeah, I don't know, because that's not always true, because if you look at Zeppelin and stuff like that, the old school metal, the proto metal stuff, I really, to me, a lot of the modern stuff can't hold a candle to it. Same thing with Pantera. You know what I mean?
But typically Christian stuff is the opposite. We're getting better with time. Like the movies are getting a little less corny, and a little bit. The graphics are getting a little better.
Right. We've been traumatized by Christian cornyism.
Yeah.
So, because I think what they were trying to do, I think a lot of Christian music at the time was about trying to be, because there are these understandings of what it means to be worldly, and I think that's the thing, is you don't want to be called worldly, so you still have to make it sound Christian-y, which is really just a cultural term.
Yeah.
And true. So then there are other bands that are like, look, I don't care if you're going to call us worldly or not, we're going to do it like this. So that's that, but anyway. So this is Trouble, and the name of the song is Psalm 9. So if you want to check out timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori, or...
My Sori Life has stuff about our family, so... Go.
The Lord shall endure forever. For he hath prepared his throne for judgment. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, Lord, hast not forsaken those that seek thee.
Praise, and I
I like that better than the song we just did. So I'm assuming they just took Psalm 9 and just set it to some guitar work. Mm-hmm. This seems like the actual psalm itself. The last verse seemed to be kind of random, tacked on at the end.
Mm-hmm. Look at song number 5 on this album.
Song number 5? Bastards will pay. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
You bastards, you'll pay. Okay? Alright. Yeah. Well, you don't look like you enjoyed this very much.
I didn't.
Well, I felt like it was a good... I don't want to say good try because that sounds condescending, but... Okay, so the Psalms are these collections of poems in the Old Testament. Like, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, value of the shadow of death. That's actually in a psalm, right? So the Psalms are poems in the Old Testament, but a lot of times it's set to music.
Right, yeah.
And namely stringed instruments.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually surprised that more Christian bands...
I am too. Don't do that.
Don't do that, yeah. Because it's right up the end. It says, with the stringed instruments and all that. So, there was, what's his name? Douglas Wilson's church. They do psalms, but they do it in like this medieval way. Yep. And so it's really cool. They've got the Son of God marches forth to war. Yeah. And that one's really, really good. Because it's got like drum stuff and, because Douglas Wilson says, look, it's a song about the Son of God going forth to war. Yeah. It shouldn't be sing-songy. It should be like...
Yeah. Is that something we can review on the channel?
Yeah, probably. That one's good, yeah. Yeah, if I can find it. But... So, there's a lot of stuff in the Old Testament and the New Testament where it's like, Nergal picks up on it, where it's like, this is really epic stuff. This, I don't think they accomplished doing excellent with it, but I'm glad that they're tried, and I'm hoping there are other bands, there are other Christian bands that tried to put the Psalms to music, because that's how it was originally done, and it's a good idea. I just don't think
I think it's a great idea.
I don't think that I don't think they were able to knock it out of the park with this one.
No, I don't think so either.
But it's, hey. So it starts with, the Lord shall endure forever, he hath prepared his throne for judgment. And they know that they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, Lord, hath not forsaken those who seek thee. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, I don't understand why they're using the King James language.
Well, I think that the King James just sounds more epic-y.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. It sounds very epic, Charlton Heston-ish.
Yes. And when he's reading it, the Lord shall endure forever.
Right.
It's just more, yes.
I'll sing praise to the Lord. I will sing praise in thy name. Don't forget the cry of the humble and have mercy on me. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know. Let them realize that they are just men. It's actually a good line. Because the way that fear functions in the Bible is a very complex idea. A lot of people don't really understand how fear and God interact with each other in the Bible. People have an assumption about what it means, but they don't really have any understanding of it because it's a complex idea. Yeah. Because Proverbs starts off with, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Yeah. But then toward the end of the Bible, you have 1 John that says there's no fear in love. Perfect love casts out fear. Yeah. The one who fears is not perfected in love. So it's like...
There are different fears.
And then there's the other one that's in the Psalms that says, with you there is forgiveness so that you may be feared. Mm-hmm. So that one is very confusing. If you're just looking at fear as, right, then it is, with you there is forgiveness so people can be terrified. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So that's a very good line.
Or how could terrified fear be the beginning of wisdom?
Right. Yeah. Nobody goes to a roller coaster to be calm. Right. You go to a roller coaster because the fear element makes you feel alive.
Right, yeah.
While at the same time, you know you're safe.
Yes.
And so I think it's, life is so boring that you kind of need to get to the edge of something, and it makes you feel more alive. And so when I see people talking about the fear of the Lord and things like that, it's like that. Like, engage with God in such a way that He excites you, that He brings you to the edge, and while at the same time, you know you're safe.
That's a good explanation. Yeah.
So that's why, on the one hand, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, because if you are excited and if you're enthralled by God, then that covers so many things. Mm-hmm. Like, people have no idea. You know, like, one of the things I love to say is that if you fear God, you'll never fear another human being ever again. Because if you get in contact with God and then you're like, whoa, like, it would be like if a giant, you know, space alien descended down. Like, you would be completely drawn to it, but you would also be
scared,
very scared.
Yeah.
But you'd be drawn at the same time. Like, it would, you know, and you wouldn't be the same.
Right.
And then, you know, if somebody walked out, and if that person, whatever, said, I am from another planet, I'm this mighty person, and da-da-da-da-da, and behold my power, and he's doing all this crazy light show and whatever, and then again he says, but I love you, you're the apple of my eye. And you had that crazy experience, and then you go off and you run into somebody and they say, you're dumb. It's kind of like, okay, thank you for sharing.
Right.
This big, important, whatever, that is incredibly, you know, scary, but very attractive at the same time, is good with me. But here you are.
Who are you?
Yeah, so there are a lot of things that the proper fear of God takes care of and creates so much freedom. But I think in 1 John is worried about the bad type of fear, which most people have of God, where John says, there is no fear in love. Perfect love casts out fear, because fear has to do with torment. And a lot of people think that God is out to torment them and destroy them and crush them and tear
Give them rules, and if you don't follow it to the letter, then they'll squash you.
Yeah. And so it's like, that type of fear, John says, God doesn't want that, because then you're not perfected in love, because now you're doing stuff because you're motivated by fear.
Right.
You're motivated by your own torment. You're not doing it out of love for God and neighbor.
Yes.
And so the Bible is very explicit, like, that type of fear, I don't want you to have that type of fear. But the fear where I'm enthralling you and you can't take your eyes off me and da-da-da-da, like that, I want that. But the whole thing where you're scared to death and I'm going to torment you, don't want that.
Right.
And the Bible's pretty explicit about that. That's not me, you know.
Well, I mean, it's like with your kids, too, you know. You don't want them to be, like, terrified of you, but you want them to have a level of respect for you, you know what I mean? Where, you know.
Well, it would break my heart if at the end of all this, you know, like, me and Dorian are hanging out and he's 30 or something, and he says, you know, all those good things I did, you know, like, he's doing a really good job with his chores and stuff and waking up on time. If he said, I was just scared to death of you.
Oh, yeah.
That would completely crush me.
Yeah, of course.
That would crush me. But, you know, if he says, you know, Dad, you were really patient with me and you loved me, you bought me that little coffee maker, and you always said you believed in me and all that, and so it really motivated me to get over the hump and do my, you know, obviously that's what you want as a dad. And,
for sure.
You know, and so, you know, he says, put them in fear that they may know that they're just men. That's an act of love. Like, you're just a man. There's something above you. And the fact that to realize that you're just a man is a very important gift, because everybody walks around and functions like a little god of their own little universe. They determine what's right and wrong. They determine who's in and out. You know, they put themselves above other people. We all do it. And it's very good once in a while to realize, nope, you're just feet of clay like everybody else, and there's something above you that's superior to you at an infinite level.
Right.
And that's a very helpful paradigm to have. I was just reading this atheist dude, and he he was bemoaning the new atheists and their you know, quickness to just shrug off all these, you know, religious ideologies that built Western civilization. He's like, these people are ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's an atheist guy saying that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's a 6 for me.
6.5.
Yeah. Then out.
Sorry, out.
Gone.
That seek